smoke off there, are you? Drinks that might be smoked anyway, so maybe.
it's not coming out? That's weird. Oh, it's coming up here. Oh, can you even read that? You can hardly read that. You can hardly read chat. Okay then. How about this? There. Is that better? You can see that better now. Well, that's interesting. So, everything good? Hope everything sounds alright. This is my first time trying this. This is interesting. Next clear? Cool. Okay. So, I'm gonna grab some references. So, I'm gonna be drawing Anna by Joel G. So, everything's a bit quiet. Okay, I'll see if I can turn that up. I don't know if I can turn myself up very much, but is that any better? I don't know. So, this is who I'm going to be drawing. So, I'm going to put her down there. And I'm going to find, like, a good thing for her. I'm not good with positions. Right. So probably should have grabbed references before this, but you know, I'm not the smartest. So, Spent like 3 hours recording this music. I don't know if it even sounds good. Where is it? So disorganized. Okay, so if I go to if I go to my thing, I'm on Pinterest right now. I have like a huge folder of like art stuff, mostly just bases, but I have several different folders within that. Why are so many of these couple ones? Okay, so I'm gonna use this one. Okay, so I think I've grabbed one. If I go to here, add image, this. I don't know if it did it. Oh yeah, I've got a lot of drawing bases. Not a lot of them though. Disorganization is my forte, apparently. Music is good? Okay, cool. Glad I'm not fucking that up, but screw. Disorganization's my forte. Well, where did it go? Okay, here it is. Found it again. Apparently it didn't download. You know what? Sneaky, just snip and sketch it. Apparently it's not letting me download it. So if I steal this, it's not really stealing, but you know, still. Close that, and then Control V. There we go. I'm vibing with the red one, not the blue. But okay, so got reference, got base. I just need to erase that part I don't want. That's too small. There we go. That's good. Okay. I just gotta figure out how to put her on this. Oh, you can't really notice it. It's fine. It's fine. So, that's base. So very clueless about everything. But I am child, I am Bibi, so it shouldn't be too hard, right? So, okay, so I'm gonna start here, like her belt, I think it is. I'm not sure. You know what? I'm gonna unmerge those. That might be helpful. Just in case I want to move her around. And that as base. If I lock those so I can't accidentally draw on them. Okay, now I can start. It's like, the left side of her is very blocky. Like, that's the intention. But the right side of her is very loose, I guess. Because if you look, she's got a lot more blocking around here. Like, that's blocks. So she's very blocky around here, but it's all very smooth around here. So, she's a very oddly shaped character, which is amusing, but, you know. Can you tell us about the character? Sure. She's very difficult to explain. Basically, I was fiddling around on YouTube because I had nothing better to do when I came across this compilation of, you know, and I had no freaking idea what it was. But it was very much like a truck trip looking thing. And I was so very confused because this appeared out of nowhere. This just appeared out of nowhere. And I was very confused. Because she looks really odd. Along with her world. It's so weird. Because basically, if you go on YouTube and search up ENA in all caps and then Temptation Stairway, then it'll come up with the video. That's the first one I watched of her. But she's in this really weird world. And it's so trippy. Because nothing makes sense at all. There is no logic to this world that she's a part of. And she has this friend, Mooney, who, if you hadn't gathered by the name first things, her friend Mooney is a moon. She's a crescent moon with, crescent moon with, well, like, the rest of her filled in. Like, she's a full moon, but you can only, the highlighted part is the crescent part. And she's got a hairstyle very similar to Anna's, but she has like a square in her, which she can use as like a hole for appendages. and stuff. So she could like hold like an arm in there, for example. She could have like an arm or like a cane or whatever she pleases. And from what I've gathered from the 7 videos that there are of those two, they're good friends. But, like, it's a trippy world. A complete, utter drug trip. And I didn't know what I was watching at first. Like, I was so very confused. It's so weird. Enna is a very strange character. Because if you watch the videos, you'll notice that actually Enna's voice changes a lot. Like, they have 2 voice actors, which means they switch between male and female. At any given point, to be honest. But, like, it's so bizarre. Because there's nothing that makes sense. It's just... oh, it's so weird. Sounds very fun. It is fun to watch once you get past the confusion of the world and its strange physics. It's... there's no way to explain this one. It's very peculiar. Very odd. But honestly, it's like... thing is, it's something you'd think you find in like an indie game. Like one of those really, really, really weird ones that someone in the middle of buttfuck nowhere made. And it actually turns out to be really interesting. When you think it's just going to be some stupid thing. But, like, because there's one called Extinction Party, which is probably my favourite out of the ones I've watched. Which is all of them at this point. It did not take me long to do that, but... in Extinction Party, it's very obvious that it's video game-like. I mean, Temptation Stairway is also very video game-like. It's got a general video game-esque kick to it. Apart from the very first one, which is called Auction Day. I believe that was the first one made. I'm not entirely sure though. But it's definitely the one that... it wasn't the one that introduced me to Temptation Stairway was. But, like, I'd heard this weird, ridiculous no repeating over and over and over on, like, TikTok. And I was like, who the hell is that? Because the voice is interesting, but why are you doing that? And then I found Extinction Party, and it all made sense because it was Enna speaking. Enna's a very interesting character. They have 2 sides, as you can see, but I'm not entirely sure what they represent. I think they're supposed to be like a representation of like her joy and anxiety. Like obviously joy being yellow and anxiety being blue. But at certain points she'll almost glitch out in a way. To the point where like she only has one side of her face lit up, but it's in white, and her eye is the colour of said emotion, which is primarily blue when she's in that state. But, you know, I'm not entirely sure. apparently, according to a theory video, or like information about the actual world itself, apparently the creator Joel G, he originally made Enna to look like I think it was one of Pablo Picasso's paintings, like a woman looking into a mirror, and like they showed a picture of that in the video, and I can see where they're coming from. It's very interesting. It's strange. The whole thing's strange, but you know. Beggars can't be choosers. I have never drawn this character before. I wanted to save it for streaming because I thought it would be like an interesting art thing to do. God, I can't get his shoulders now. Could do that. Last I checked, she did have like a bar across this. Like she had like a black bar here. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna double check that actually. Let's see. Yeah. So the one I picked up doesn't have the black bar across the chest, but in fact, she does have that. So if I do this, copy image, Control V. I didn't pick it up. Okay. Screw me then, okay. Let's see. If I do that. Okay, so got one now. Just resize it so you can see. See, the one I originally picked up, I'm not entirely sure if it's a fan art or not, but this is what Enna properly looks like in the series. It's a small series, but it's an interesting series nonetheless. See, she's very blocky. Like she's got all these polygons on her right side. Left. Cheese. But as you can see, like, there's the white side of her face lit up, which is joy. There's only one episode, I think, where she shows up like this, but I can't do that. Enna. That's not even what I said. N, you bitch. And 2. There we go. I got there eventually. Yeah. N is an interesting character. So she does have this black bar across her chest. So if I do, is it completely all across the chest? Yes, it is. I'm gonna thicken up the straps. Gonna thicken up the straps, there, boy. I might stretch her out once I've done like the general pose that I want to do, because she looks a little, well, squashed. At least her top part does. Might broaden out the skirt as well. So she has no neck, which is interesting. So I've noticed that each half has a different hairstyle as well. Like the typically joyful one has like a bob cut, as you can see, yet the sadder side has like this longer haircut, which is interesting. You can also see the ear on this side. So one thing I thought of when I first watched Enna was that she what in my mind I registered her change in attitude, like her very quick change in attitude, to be like borderline personality disorder, because it is very quick. And if she does the whole depression side, with the white face instead of just plain colour, then she will apologise for whatever she did during that time. Like she will always apologise for being her, which is sad to think about. Like, so many people have to do that, which is actually a really sad thing to think about. Because you shouldn't have to apologise for being you. That does not look proportionate. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna sort out the torso now, because this sew doesn't look right. Sort out the leg part in a minute. Like, the top part is very slim. Oh god, that looks weird. Slimmer up top, but really big skirt. So, like that in a sense. Of course, this is just like a first draft of the base. So this isn't going to be like the complete and final thing. Yeah, this is just like a rough sketch of what I'm gonna do with her. So it's should be just flat across the top. Then I do that. Then it's just triangle there. Looks good. Then there we go. Okay. If I just disappear the base there, that looks sort of good. In a weird way. Just gonna put, oh, wrong lamp. Just gonna put some like lines to make it look more polygon-ish. Okay. So, just short sleeve. So, one more polygonish there. And then sort of flowy sort of shape here. That looks right. Gonna blocky arms. So one. She has 3 fingers. It's 1, 2, 3. And a triangle. Okay. So if I do stay hand. Okay. That looks fun. It's got like a line here. gonna move that up and rotate it to fit. That should be fine. Right. Then she's got a very noodle arm on the other side. It's very... not great with polygons. Her hand is way too freaking big. Last finger is too big as well. If I make the thumb a bit bigger to be proportionate with the rest of our hand. And then... oh, there was a crash from downstairs. I am not going to check that out. Does that look okay? I don't know. Well, it's the first draft of a body. It's not like it's the end of the world if it's not perfect in any way, shape or form. Oh, I forgot the little tufts of hair. Send help. I was doodling Illinois and now he's hot. You were doodling Illinois and he turned out hot. Brilliant. Well, the man's hot. What do you expect? He's an applier. It's in their blood. Just like how actor in Who Killed Markiplier was the ultimate bastard, and yet he still has fans. Mentally ill fans, but fans nonetheless. Okay, so that's her head. I'll probably have her looking forward. So that's her hair. So if you see, she's got these little things there. I'll have just one there. There. Okay, so first draft of Enna. There we go. That actually looks rather good. I surprise myself constantly, but yeah. If I do that, lower down the opacity, then let's pick a different colour. Gonna go with a lime green. Now we can sort out the finicky bits. didn't know simping over my own drawing was going to be a thing tonight. Also throwing shade at the actor fans. Well, actor is not a good person. It has been well established by this point. Like, what do you think Celine left him? He was a bad husband. Very bad. Like, you gotta think, Celine warned him so many times that it was bad to stay in the manor, that it wasn't a good idea, you need to stop. Let's go. And actor was just having none of it. He did not listen once, and then all of a sudden WKM happened. And, you know, Celine's never gonna forgive him for that. Because Celine's part of Dark. So I'm pretty sure both him and Wilford are not happy about any of that. Because, like, actor was a bad husband, and then when his wife left him for someone who was taking care of her and listening to her and respecting her, he got all pissy about it. Like, he tried to kill himself several times. But, like, you gotta think, the man was overdramatic. Very overdramatic. He held pride in himself and only himself. That's the thing. He didn't have respect for anybody else because he believed he was superior, I suppose, in a way. He did not hold himself responsible for Celine leaving him when he should have. Because in all honesty, I would not want to stay with a man who was like that. Well, I get it. Actor people are not mentally stable in any way, shape, or form. He's still not good. There is nothing you can do to make him good. He is a bad person and will always be a bad person. Unless he openly decides to change, which, as we're saying, is not gonna happen. Nobody has game. He got Celine in the first place, though he might have been seen as attractive. Yeah, well, Wilford and Damien and actor all have the same frickin' face. So, saw a bit of Damien in actor. Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe she went with actor because she saw a bit of Damien in him and was hoping that would be the good part. Like, she was hoping he'd be a good person, and then he ended up not being. And then, like, she effed everything over. Actor's original plan, which was whispered to him in the dead of night by the malicious entity brooding within the manor walls, was to have a party and invite the Colonel. And what he was going to do is he was going to kill himself, then steal the Colonel's body to steal back Celine. The manor's intention was to get actor out of his body so that it could steal the body and escape the manor. And while the actor did plan this quite well, actually, he planned it significantly well, Celine did F it all up for him. Because he wasn't expecting her to return in any way, but she must have known that they were going. Maybe Wilford mentioned it to her? Maybe that's why she appeared? But you have to think, what was her go-to thing? What was she going to do once she actually got there? Because she just bursts through the door at the end of, like, I think it's number 1. And it just throws everything off. Because actors, like, flying around the mansion in ghost form, I'm presuming, considering his body fucking disappears. But that's also another thing. Where does he go? How does he get around the manor without anybody noticing him? Is he using the upside down? He must be, because how else would he get around the manor without people spotting him or pointing out that he's not dead anymore? Because that's got to be a tricky thing, walking around a manor bloody and bruised and, you know, not being able to do anything. She sensed her baby brother was in danger. Oh, that's fair enough. I mean, there's that whole thing about twins having more of a connection to each other. But Celine was also, part of, like, not the occult, but, like, she was in tune with the arcane arts, for lack of a better term. She was very involved with, like, tarot and energies and all that sort of stuff. She knew what she was doing. So perhaps she did sense that, Damien was in trouble. Actors in the walls. It's demon gems. Demons. Yeah. The whole gym thing is really weird. Because that's obviously something thought out prior. But it's still bullshit. Like, why, man? It's a very odd situation when you think about it. I don't even know my own music. Hang on a sec. Okay, there we go. Just sorting some stuff out. Got an earring returned to me. Didn't know I'd even lost it. But you know, sometimes you don't. Don't start simping for the demons. Yeah, don't start simping for the demons. I say while simping for Antisepticeye. I'm not exactly a huge simp for Anti anymore. Like I used to be. Like I used to be utterly obsessed. But I've kind of matured, I suppose you could say. If I just... do that. Then... that. Okay, there we go. That looks good. Now I just simp for you. Yes, I do. I'm not denying that. Because if I did, it would be complete untruth. But I also simp for Illinois, so, you know. Still first place, but you got a contender. Gonna need that one there, right? Like that. Then do that. Okay, so there's that. Now we gotta do Hooray, which I'm gonna do a bit thicker, just to fit, you know, this area. Fit that aesthetic. Actually, hold on. If I do the bottom one first, and then this, and then need it to be parallel. There we go. And then we can draw like the little bit of the sleeves here. There. That. So if I do that, looking good. Looking good. Okay, so now onto her other arm. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to simping Fiat. Stop. Stop simping for the murderer. I know it's hypocritical of me to say that, but stop it. I don't get what people see in Yancey. Like, is it the accent? Is it the whole tough guy ruse that he's using in front of, like, the other prisoners to look tough, but actually he's just a huge frickin' softie? Is that what you guys like? Is that what you Yancey Sims like? Like, is it the whole tough but going soft for one person thing? It's that trope, isn't it? It's the big, tough, dumb guy who goes soft for that one person TM. It is. It is. You simp for that one trope of the big dumb guy that's soft for that one person. Maybe not big dumb guy, like, it can be a big dumb anyone, but this particular person identifies as a man, so you know. It's the big dumb softy trope. He's a softie, he can sing, he has a stable home, he wants to keep you safe. Yes, but he also, and keep this in mind, murdered his parents. he murdered his parents because they were homophobic? He probably did. He probably did. Either that or they just didn't approve of his, like, singing. Like he was trying so hard at home. And then they're like, shut up, you sound like shit. And he just fucking snaps. Like, is that it? Is that why he's in jail? Is that why Yancey's in prison? Because he murdered his parents because they were like, shut up, you sound awful. They insulted his singing, so he insulted them by killing him. You disrespect my singing, I disrespect your life. Basically. I don't simp for Yancey. Like, I get it. Some people like him. But personally, me, over here, I'm comfortable with just Big Dumb Adventure Boy Illinois. Cause like, all applies are himbos. Like, I don't care what anyone says, all appliers are himbos. Like, there is no debate about that. They are all himbos. They have to be done. Google takes things literally. Like, Google is like Logan Sanders. He will hear an idiom or something and will either take it literally or have to fully on buffer before he actually gets that it's an idiom and not a legitimate inquiry or request. And then there's the whole thing of there's the Google IRL video where he's just throwing plates and ripping up laundry. Like, he's a bitter butt boy. He is a bitter butt boy. He is not fond of humanity, and honestly, I can vibe with that. I vibe with Google's hatred for humanity. He's an interesting character. No, actor is not himbo. Yeah, actor's not himbo. Actor is rat bastard man. But not like Remus rat bastard. More just bastard. I'd say nobody likes actor, but I know a handful of people that really, really do. And I just... Still don't get it. Like, my not understanding of people simping for Yancey is the same thing with the Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village. Like, I went along with the whole, like, spiel about people loving Lady Dimitrescu. Like, I was scooped up into that, but I never actually was very much interested in her. Like, the more I looked at her character model, the more I was disinterested. Like, I prefer Donna, honestly, the puppet master. Like, I don't particularly know why, but I think it's more to do with the personality. Like, Donna's very sweet. She is a shy girl. She's the sweet, innocent girl who just wants to do nice things for people. But unfortunately, she's not very good at it. So she just doesn't try. Donna's sweet. I like Donna. Like, I liked her enough to go, like, read all about her character sheet. Like, I read all about Lady Dimitrescu, and while her backstory is saddening, very saddening, I suppose, still doesn't make me simp in any way. So, you know. It's still... I could have been doing this the whole time. Polygons are lines, just use the line tool. God damn it. But yeah, Lady Dimitrescu, despite her backstory being very sad, and her life not being great, it still doesn't make me sympathize with her for some reason. Like, I'm very numb to her backstory. I'm not quite sure why. She's tall and hot and powerful and a MILF and hot and tall. Still don't get the MILFdom thing. I like Lady D, but I like the daughters and Donna better. Donna deserves so much better. She does. She just wanted a friend just to play hide and seek. Yes. Yes. In reality, you've got to think about it. She was a social shutout. Not very good at making friends, not good at talking to people. So she was very, well, I don't know, how do I put it? She wasn't chastised for it, but she was seen as an outsider because she wasn't good at making friends. Which is why she had Angie made. Because she helped. The doll helped. It was a friend who agreed with her, a friend who could talk to her, a friend who understood and could relate to Donna's struggles. But the Cadeau was put inside Angie. Which is kind of sad to think about, because that would then mean that Angie's original appearance would not have been the one that we see in game. It would have been a lot more polished, a lot nicer. Angie probably would have had hair as well. Probably would have had hair on top of her head. And obviously not alive, but Donna's imagination was enough for that. And it's sad to think about that Angie had the Cadeau put in her, because that means she had to be partially destroyed to get it inside. And also, if you manage to get like a glimpse of Donna's face, you'll see that half of her head is deformed by the linked Cadeau to Angie. And it's upsetting, because the poor girl just wanted a friend, and yet she got experimented on, and she got her doll taken away, and then malformed, and that's not what she wanted. She just wanted a friend, man. Just wait till you guys find out that I can dark. Yeah, Dark's interesting. I like the headcanon that Dark is, at the very least, intersex because of the fusion of Damien and Selene. I also think he's either pro-Ace, or is just very disinterested in love at all levels because of what happened to him as Celine in the past. Because that would have an impact. Because Celine fell for Actor. Like, you have to think, despite Actor being awful, you have to realize at some point they were both happily in love. Right? They were both happy together. But at some point that broke, which was probably Actor being a not so good husband and Celine just having none of it. It's like, it's not great. Do you think, like, I know that Actor was a bad husband and didn't listen and all that, but do you think Celine still, like, kinda loved him? In a way? Because, like, that was her husband. That was the man she fell in love with, the one who proposed, the one that she married, the one she had kids with. Because, if you didn't know, Actor and Celine canonically had kids together. But, like, Actor is the one she had kids with, the one she lived with for a long time. Like, she loved that man. Do you think, like, she didn't want to go, but she had to because she felt she deserved better? Because, like, that's the case for some people. Like, they don't want to leave this person, but they're giving off so many red flags that it's just like, it is not worth it now. It is not worth sticking around because this person is just so awful. It is so not worth it. There we go. And that looks good. That looks good. Still not over Damien angst of everyone choosing his sister over him. Oh, yeah. That must have hurt. Yeah, she def did. She wouldn't have tried to fix things if she didn't care about him. That's true. That is true. Because she returned to the manor, despite not really wanting to because she knows Actor's there, but she likely knew to some degree what he was going to do, and that it was just not okay. Because that poor woman went through a lot just by herself, without everyone else being involved. I mean, the woman went through childbirth twice, I think. Now, I don't know if she did, but I know she canonically had kids with Actor. But I'm not sure how many kids. Like, in my mind it's 2, probably. But I don't know if it is canonically 2, or if there's even a canonical amount specified. But that's what I think. Okay, so Ender's all done. We're gonna keep the references down there for, like, reference. The colour reference. Because of the shadows and stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go down to here. Gonna find the right sized line. Because like if it's too thick, it's gonna be too chunky. Well, I think 3 is good. I'll try 4, just to see. Thor's 4. 4 is about right, but I'm gonna go with 3 just to make it a little less chunky, I suppose. Because look, she's very outlined. She is, she's always outlined, so I don't want something too chunky because she's not chunky. It's like the mama shifting around. Move the mic over here. Then you can hear me better. There we go. So, yeah. As much as I would love to stay up with you, I have to be up early tomorrow, so I need to start getting ready to sleep. That's fine. If you need to sleep, go sleep. I'm not gonna stop you going to sleep. Because you need sleep. It is a good thing for you. Okay, that doesn't entirely work. But we'll see. Sleep nerd. Yeah, go sleep. If you gotta wake up early tomorrow, don't let me stop you from sleeping. If you want to stay up, that's your choice. But you have to think, how's it going to affect you in the long run? Because I know it's church for you tomorrow, even though, you know, you hate church, you don't want to go. None of us really want to go, but yeah. I'll think about sleeping though, don't worry. Night. Night. Hope you sleep well. Oh boy. I don't know how long I'll be streaming for. Probably stop streaming at about lunchtime for me, because it is 12:05 for me, and I don't mean at night. I mean during the frickin' day, because it's England, at least for me. Don't know about you guys, but this is England. But yeah, it's funky. I'll probably stop around lunch, when lunch is cold, because I live with my parents. But I'll probably stop when lunch is cold, because an art piece like this will probably take up to 3 hours if I properly like focus on it. So okay, so that's the dress done. Oh, like, so let's do that. So I can't draw straight lines. Never could. Probably never will be able to, but you know. That's how life be. I think this is going quite well, actually. Considering I've never drawn this character and it's really freaking weird to do. I'm not great with shoes. Shoes are not great with me. I can wear them myself on my feet. Outdoors, indoors. Although, in my family we don't wear shoes indoors. Like, does anyone else's family do that? Like, they don't wear shoes indoors? Because I don't get that. Because that just means you have to clean the carpet more. Or do you clean the carpet at all? Like, since we got our dog, we've had to clean the carpet more, obviously, because she's a freaking loony. And runs around the house like a torpedo when she's in a funny mood. Especially if she's just been out in the garden and it's been like raining the night before. She will be particularly rambunctious and will run around so much so that she gets very clear paw prints on the carpet in the hallway. It's very funny to see her when she's in that mood, because she looks so very crazed. Like, all dogs have that, the whole zoomies thing. Cats have it too. Although my cat's calmed down from having zoomies. Like, occasionally she'll be a bit nutso, but yeah. My fam doesn't wear shoes in-house. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. I think my mother decided we weren't going to do that because she lived in Hong Kong for a while, and I think they don't have their shoes on in the house. I think they leave them just by the door, which is why we have a shoe rack. But yeah, from like my IRL friends that I've talked to, not a lot of them walk around the house without shoes on, and I don't know why, but it just bugs me. Like, it bugs me so bad, and I have no idea why. I think it's just oh, my family did this all my life, but you're doing something different, so it's a little weird for me. Like, I had this friend named Grace, and she a lovely girl, 30 kid, but very, very sweet. Not too over the top, but whatever. And she invited me to like a party of hers one time. It was just my friend group at her place because it was her birthday. So we were all like hanging out, and when I got there, everyone still had their shoes on, and I was so uncomfortable with the energy in the room because people had their shoes on. And I was like, oh god, this is making the carpet dirty. Oh fuck. Oh god, I don't like this. And I was trying not to mention it. Like, I managed not to, but after I got home, I was so relieved to be allowed to take my shoes off. Cause like, it wasn't that I wasn't allowed, it was just that everyone else had shoes on, and I felt like my feet were gonna get trampled if I didn't. Because that's what I'm always afraid of when people wear, like, boots around me when I have bare feet. Well, not bare feet, I usually wear socks. But it's a strange thing. I'm very finicky about it. Like, my family, both sides, take their shoes off in the house, which I'm comfortable with. Very comfortable with that. It's what I've been doing, like, my whole life. But I've been to a couple people who, like, don't. And it throws me off so much. Then the idea of shoes on carpet particularly drives me up the wall. Maybe it's Fitz party shoes might be fine, but it's still weird. Yes, it is. It is weird. Hello? Oh! Oh, you little bugger. You're watching from the other room. Hello, Hot Bun. Good to see you. I swear, if you come in here and try to disturb the stream, I'm going to kick your butt. Do not try to disturb the stream, I swear to Jeebus. This drug trip of a character is so weird to draw. God, my computer's fans do not like that I am doing this stream. Like, they are so very audible right now. Like, but hold on, I'll put it into the mic. Can you hear that? Like that whirring, it does not like that I'm doing that. No, saw a notification and wondered if I needed to turn down the TV. Okay. No, you don't need to turn down the TV. It's all good. Watching SW? Oh, Soviet! Right. Soviet Womble. Yeah. Yeah, Soviet Womble is a YouTuber that my sisters and I watch when my parents aren't there. When Mum and Dad not there? When Mum and Dad disappeared. Okay, bye, kitty. Oh, was Hope with you? Right. Oh no, wait. Okay, bye. Okay, so that's the majority of it done. Itchy, they, whatever. Character of indistinguishable gender. Okay, so I'm gonna... They've gone out to town. Okay. I didn't hear the door go, so... A bit confused there. I think I'm going to be streaming every Saturday, or at least attempt to. Because like, I'm a bit jittery right now, if you can't tell. Because I'm not used to putting myself out there very much. I'm very much a socially anxious person, so streaming is like a big leap for me. And I was hesitating so much before I pressed start streaming. Because I was afraid of, like, would it go wrong? Would something go terribly wrong? Would my computer crash? I was worried about all these things. And then it's ended up being not awful, but, like, I still got the nerves. I'm still like trembling like a tiny bit because I'm not used to being social with people. I'm very much a not talkative person. Like, if you don't know me and I'm somewhere with someone I don't know very well, I will likely be very quiet. If I'm with someone I like, I'll probably be much more talkative because I'm relaxed. I've got that comfort. I know I can talk to them, okay? Gotta go watch Doge now. Bye-bye. Bye. Make sure she doesn't eat your shoes again. Yeah, because Cammy did that. Our dog Cammy, who is very much a unknown mixed breed. As our parents have referenced, Heinz 57. She's got the amount of brain cells that you'd probably use in a pickle. Like, she is not bright in the least. Like, she'll understand her name and, like, the basic sit, paw, lie down commands. But it will take her a while to register that you're telling her to do something. Like, if it's paw, you've got the obvious, like, your hand out. It's obvious that it's a command, that you want her to do the thing. And she's like, okay, yes, I know what I'm doing. But as soon as you tell her to, like, lie down, she has no idea what you're saying. And even if you tell her to sit, it might take about 2, maybe 3 tries to get her to actually sit. Because she is the definition of head empty, no thoughts, only vibes. She is a very dumb dog, but we love her regardless. Very, very dumb dog. But very, very cute. She, like, I know dogs are very cute, but she has, like, that constant puppy eye. 'Cause, like, I know dogs have cute eyes. They have cute eyes. It's no debate. They have cute eyes. And you'll probably melt underneath their gaze. Which is part of the reason Cammy's a little bit spoiled. Oh, God. But, like, she has that constant puppy eye. Like, those pleading eyes that are like, please, please, please. Oh, just wiping something off my screen. But like, she's got those constant puppy eyes, and I'm like, sweetheart, I know, I love you too, but, this isn't exactly a good time. You talking about me? No, I'm not talking about you, love. I'm talking about Cammy. Unfortunately for you, you are not the primary discussion in this. But yeah, Cammy is very pleading. She's got constant puppy eyes and it's very cute, but so annoying, especially if we have like, we had Forest Gatto cake, and if you don't know, which God forbid you don't, but chocolate is poisonous to dogs, and I think it's the darker the chocolate, the worse it is. I'm not entirely sure myself, but like, we had Black Forest Gatto cake like a couple weeks ago, and she was just sitting there with the biggest puppy eyes she could manage, wanting a piece, but we're all sitting there like, no, sweetheart, you can't have any. No, stop trying to steal the cake, you are going to kill yourself. Like, she didn't understand that. That's like most dogs. They'll see like a really nice food that you've got and they'll just give you like the pleading eyes like, please, can I have some? Please. And you're just sitting there like, No, this thing will hurt you. I know you don't understand that, but I'm doing this for your benefit. The dogs, they're dumb. They don't understand. They don't understand that you do certain things for their health. They just understand that you are their human. You are there to provide for them. And you are their caretaker. They just don't understand the dangers of being the caretaker. I'm hard. I couldn't sleep. I had a crack thought. You had a crack thought. That is concerning. Could I hear said crack thought? If you would be so kind to share with the class. I drew up the line. She is very odd. My Doge is very odd. She's cute, very cute, but not brilliant in any way. Carrie's beautiful. She has like the lurcher stripes. I think it's lurcher, but I don't know. The color is Illy's. Oh. Hold on, I can't read that for me. The Colonel is Illy's dad/granddad. He goes out on all of them safaris. It would fit. Oh. So the Colonel has like an affair. Well, not an affair, he's not with anyone at that point, but like he goes out on a safari, has spicy time, and then ends up with a kid he has no idea about. That sounds like an Illinois thing, not a Colonel thing, but that would then make it run in the family, which would be hilarious. I could imagine that. It would fit. Fuck you. Okay, there we go. Ina is a very interesting character. She's not exactly bright herself either. Yeah. Cammy's weird. I'm a Doug. I meant like it could be the child of Celine and William. Oh! I don't know. I mean, I suppose that would... I suppose Celine's link with the occult and the arcane arts might bleed into Illy's danger magnetness. But I don't know about that. Interesting concept though. Illy canonically goes to heaven a lot. It could work. And Wimway won't let me sleep because of this. I mean, yes, I suppose. It's an interesting idea. Wait, he could be their child? Maybe that's why Actor was even more bitter than you'd think. Like, I get the whole leaving you is a bad thing. But if Illy is the child of William and Celine, that would leave him even more bitter, because that means it's like a show of Celine's moved on from him, and that's not what he wants. He wants Celine back. So that could work, actually. It's an interesting thing to think about. There are so many theories you could put into these things. That's the problem. So many theories, so many headcanons, you know. I thought my knuckle had gone purple there, it's just lighting. Jesus. It's not like pitch black in my room, it's not even remotely dark in here. I've just got the curtains shut because it stops the sun from absolutely blinding me. Okay, so basic colour done. Now I gotta fill in all the gaps. I have like a wheel of like art stuff I could do. I have about 25 items on it as of now. It's like generalized concepts, not specific pieces. But I have a wheel of things, and I was considering spinning it, seeing what I could do for this stream. But then I was like, no, I definitely want to do Enna for my first stream. No particular reason why, I think it's just because I watched her recently and I wanted to do some fan art of her. But, like, after I finish blue, I think I'm gonna go back and put like a line around the middle of this, so it looks more polygonish rather than just like a normal leg, like over here. The little details, my friends. Okay, so I go back to 3, black, then do that. We do that as well. That looks better. So then we're gonna go for the yellow. That's a bit too textured, if you can see. There, that's a bit too textured to gain like a good colour from it. This is more blocked, so I can actually get a generalised colour from it. did not want to do that. Okay, this time I'm gonna try to sleep. Night. Have fun. Night. See you later. This is fun to draw. She's a very lively character. My friend Mooney is sort of the, I'd say like the emo type in a sense, but she's the emo slash popular girl. Oh shit, I'm doing that on the base layer. The actual outline. Oh god. I'm gonna just lock that so that I don't do that again. Actually, I'm gonna turn this up to 20 so that I have more coverage. Looks like a Simpson hand. I think I made her hand a bit too big, but you know, I'm sticking with it, cause is it that her hand's too big, or it's just not long enough? Cause like here it's very short, so you know. Not too fussed about it, I suppose. I think it's just perspective, to be honest, about how big her hand is. Honestly, she's not exactly consistent herself, but, you know, I don't know, it's bothering me a tiny bit, but not too much. I wonder if Sorry would be streaming right now. I don't think he would. I mean, I can check, but I don't know. Soviet's a good streamer. I like Soviet. Soviet Womble's a pretty decent streamer. I've only actually managed to watch one of his streams, but only because college was being really finicky with their lessons and stuff, so he had to go online for the work. So I was just like sitting in the side room off of the studio. Never a good thing to have. Joking. Like I was sitting in the side room off of the studio. Oh, I forgot to do the blue around a. Just hold on. I'll do like a wiggle of colour here. That's a shot. Gonna do the neck here. Forgot about that. But, I forgot what I was saying. Alright, so yeah, like, I only managed to watch one of his streams because I was having to do online work. And I wanted something in the background, and he just started streaming. I think he was doing Kerbal Space Program, which was not very eventful. So I wasn't exactly interested very much, but you know, it wasn't the worst thing. it was kind of interesting. Like, I didn't understand the lick of what he was saying about the whole space stuff, but still, it was interesting. I'd recommend him, to be honest. Like, if you gotta be aware, he does have a bit of foul language every now and then. He's not exactly one for using flowery language. Unlike, I don't know, Bad Boy Halo, I suppose. I only know of him because I don't know Bad Boy Halo because of my sisters. They like Dream SMP. I'm not really into it, but I mean, it's kind of interesting, I suppose. Not a huge fan, but you know, not a hater. Okay, so I'm hearing a lot of freaking thundering around the house. I'm assuming my parents are back from out of town. Okay. That looks good. Clean up edges. I mean, I'm probably gonna go over some of this with, you know, shaded colors, but I'm looking for more generalized block colors rather than shading at the moment. I like her shirt. I don't know why. I just like her outfit in general. Like the whole short sock, long sock. It's not exactly my thing. But this dress here is kind of nice. See, it's a pleasant thing. I could like a skirt like that. I own like one skirt and no dresses. I'll tell a lie, I actually owned one dress, but it was like a gifted one from my mum. I do not wear that thing. I handed it over as soon as I could. I forgot to do her face. Holy balls. I forgot to do her face. No wonder it looked kind of weird. Yeah, I don't own many girly things. But I wouldn't mind getting like a skirt like Enna's. You know, the, I don't know, knee-length skirt perhaps, with the suspenders over it. That would be nice. I wouldn't mind that. Because at the moment I've got like a floor-length, really, really soft fabric skirt that I use solely for sleeping. Because it's comfy. But, yeah. It's not my favourite piece of clothing, to be honest. It's very comfortable to lie around in. But it's not the best. I'm not sure what my best piece of clothing is. God, do I have a best piece of clothing? I don't know. I think it would probably be my overalls. My denim overalls. I like those. They're nice. A bit funky. But, you know, whatever. Like, apparently my mum had an overalls phase where she would wear overalls day in, day out. I'm not like that, but I definitely like them. They're not the worst thing because they have pockets. They have usable pockets. And I'm like, fuck yes, usable pockets. because I've had pieces of clothing that have like the pockets sewn up, which is bullshit. Like I've had hoodies, like the zip up hoodies that have the fake pockets, and I've grown so very bitter about it that my dad just sewed pockets in for me. It was very funny. Spent like hours on GroovePad making this music. I had like 3 batches, but if you weren't here for the start of the stream, you'd note there was a little bit of a music mishap because unfortunately GroovePad did not decide. It decided it wasn't going to record certain songs for very long. Like, I have 2 other tracks that are from like a chill study vibes thing, and well, the thing is it didn't work. They didn't save. Oh god, Cammy's acting up, from what I can hear. They're yelling downstairs. I don't think the mic's picking it up, but if it is, I apologize. This is an omnidirectional mic with a pop filter. So, it's not the best, not the worst, but, you know, better than no mic at all, to be honest. I don't get what it is with people slamming doors in this house, because, like, if anyone slams a door, someone else in the house will be able to feel it. Because I don't know how heavily my family slams the doors, but you can feel it. And it is not nice. The amount of times I've been up in my room and like I can hear the door moving. Like I can hear the... Hang on. Being cool. Just a minute, guys. Have I been muted this whole time? I've been muted this whole time, haven't I? Well. So I've just been rambling on about nothing. Just complaining about my art course and how art critics are hypocritical, but, yeah, I didn't notice, because my character was bobbing up and down, so I assumed there was sound, not realising that actually, despite that, the auto tube could actually still hear me, even if the mic is not connected. So I just spent that whole time just rambling on, and then it ended out none of you heard that. Well, aren't I brilliant? Because I can't tell with the button. There's a button on the side that like can mute me. But the problem with the auto tube is the muting doesn't apply to it, because it can still hear me through the actual laptop itself. And cue me not realising that for a while, and then having been muted this whole fucking time. I am not bright, if you hadn't gathered. I used to be the gifted kid. Oh god. Hence the name of the stream. I am not great. That's why it's called Am I Doing This Right? Clearly not, but you know. Learning curves, my friends, learning curves. Ooh. Ooh. She doesn't have the little... Okay, maybe that's not a good reference. She doesn't have these little bits here. Woo! She doesn't have these little bits. Okay, so I'm gonna go out in the... Okay, so done that. Gonna go 2. Wow. Missing freaking pieces of paint. I was doing an animation. Basically, I want to be an animator, which is why I took my current art course, because I wanted to learn how to animate, and it was one of the very, very, very few courses that I checked out in different colleges that had animation specifically within the basic explained curriculum. God, is that on the red layer? Fuck's sake. Sketchbook is being finicky. It does after a while. It doesn't like when I've been drawing for a while. It doesn't like when I've been drawing for a while, so it panics. Okay, so is that coming up? think I drew on the wrong layer. I'm just going to... Yep, I drew on the wrong layer. Typical me. Okay, so... Anyway, I saw on the curriculum, like, the basic explanation for what the actual course was going to be. I saw there was animation, and I was like, I want to do that. It sounds fun. I want to be an animator, because animation is fun, and you don't actually have to show your face for it. However, it was very brief, and when it actually came along to the few weeks that we were doing the project of animation, I did not like it. It was all 3D based. Like, in the end, we didn't have to do 3D, but it was encouraged. And I was like, fuck that, because Play-Doh's nasty. Clay even more so. And I don't even want to try touching plasticine. But, like, I did not want to do the 3D animation because, oh my god, it was so tedious. So I did a 2D animation. I think I was one of the very, very few people, or maybe even the only person in my entire class to do a 2D animation, which was interesting. But it ended up being almost 500 frames long, maybe even more. But it was only a few seconds. It's only a few seconds of animation, probably about 20 seconds of animation. But, like, I spent probably, what? I have no idea, actually, how long I spent on it, but, yeah, it was interesting. To say the least. Okay, so I believe that's it. I believe that's and I've done. Oh boy, what did I do? So I'm gonna duplicate all of these because I'm not comfortable merging all these layers as one. Oh, it's lagging. Oh, it's lagging. It is very funny about me streaming and doing this at the same time, because I have so many things open right now. In fact, I could probably close a few. Oh, that was the wrong one. Because it said it opened the application, then it didn't. Oh boy. Well, music's not been playing. Anyway. There we go. Ooh, that looks funky. I did not realise it did that. Oh, I forgot her boot. I forgot her boot. So I'm just going to delete those duplicates. I don't know why I'm doing that. But I forgot her polygon boot. I'm so glad you guys can't see like the sun affecting this, because I'm having it like streaming through like the little crack in the curtains at the moment, and it's like showing all of the little lines from me using my stylus. And it's so weird. It's so funky to look at. Oof, sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, it was a lot of work. Although most of it was just moving a image of a hand I drew. Because what it was we were doing an ident, which is, if you don't know what an ident is, it's that little bit between, programs that tells you what's on next. Like the little dancing thing. I don't know if this is international, but like, I don't know, the channel W, I have no idea if anyone else knows what I'm talking about unless you're in England, or Britain anyway, but, like, that has a shape of a W, like, it has a diamond with a W in the middle, and it goes through several different, sceneries, like, that's an ident, so it's, like, I did one of those, that was our task, and it took me so long to do, and my one was based on the Professor Layton games, so I had, like, I drew, like, a background, nicked a image with a transparent background of Professor Herschel Layton, and then, I put that on with, like, a text box explaining what Sky Arts was, because that's the channel we were doing. So, did the ident, took a lot of work, and then and then, like, my mum got a call about, like, my teacher absolutely loving it, and I was like, okay, because from my experience, phone calls home usually mean you're in trouble. Because I've only ever had a handful of phone calls home, but they were meant for me, because the teachers were concerned about my well-being during lockdown. Because I was struggling to finish the work, I was struggling to respond, to send things, everything. My mental health went down the fucking drain during lockdown. But, yeah. I've only ever had a handful of phone calls home, and they've not been particularly positive ones. Like, it's not like I was a bad kid. I wasn't. But I wasn't exactly a straight-A student either. But yeah, I'm used to phone calls home being a bad thing. So, I was freaking out when Dad told me, oh, your teacher called Mum today, as he was driving me home, and I just had that wash of dread. And it turned out, no, my teacher, who had actually checked what my work was, how I'd done, was actually really, really impressed with how I'd done, because, like, over 500 frames, 20 seconds, along with a voiceover, which I did, like, a makeshift voice for. It wasn't my own voice. I made a voice up for it. But, yeah. I was freaking out then. Anyway, right, I'm gonna just hide the original N's. N1 and N2. Then I'm going to duplicate all three of these. Okay, so, yeah. Arts in college is not the best. Like, I had my teacher ditch us. Like, she basically, what happened is, basically we were in the middle of a lesson, and my teacher, who is very, very thin, I'm not assuming here, but, like, I am, but I'm not at the same time, I don't know, but she was extremely thin. I think she may have been anorexic, maybe in the past, maybe not at that present time, maybe she'd gotten over it. Or, like, she'd managed to cure herself of anorexia, because I think it's a curable thing. I think you can probably change your mindset to get out of it, but she was a very, very thin lady, which worried me considering it was like winter-ish time when we started. Ooh, I forgot the colour behind her eyes, so that looks weird now. Oh boy, I'm gonna do white behind her eyes. Don't mind me, just colouring in what I forgot. I know it's not going to affect anything, probably. But if I do like the background's like a mint green. There we go. Now you can see it. But yeah, she was a very thin lady, and I worried about her. But one day she was like mid-lesson, and someone had come in to take over for her because she was feeling sick. So she left, and then never came back. She disappeared. And then weeks and weeks and weeks later, as we're starting our final project, like it was literally this week, we were informed that she'd left the college. So we hear nothing from her for weeks. We go an entire project without seeing her. And then it turns out she'd actually left the college. She wasn't coming back. So this whole time, I've been worried, like, is she okay? Is she ill? Is she in the hospital? Is she fucking dead or something? No, she just left because she wanted to move on to different things. Like, sure, but give us warning next time. Anyway. So, this is Anna. That's cool. I like that. That's cool. Okay, let's... I've never done, like, a signature thing on it before. There we go. Okay, so it's all done. This is finished. So I'm gonna save that. So, that's all done. Okay. Cool beans. Okay, so you can't see the chat. Oh boy. Do this. Okay, now you can see it. Okay. There. Nice. It is cool. Thank you. So, that's the end of today's stream. I had fun with that, actually. That was really nice. Apart from that, you know, section where I'd accidentally muted myself the entire time and not realised because my character was still moving. Anyway, that's gonna be all from me. I'll see you guys around. Bye everyone.